Okay, so now we're going to, hopefully I'm going to show you maybe a little tiny bit of a shortcut for us to be using. Okay, first things first though, we have to realize what we're doing. We're subtracting rational expressions here, which means we have to have a least common denominator before we can do anything else. So looking at these are already fully factored for us, so that's nice. We need to take what they have in common, which would be the x plus 3, and then we also have to account for everything else. So we have an x minus 2, and we also have an x plus 4. Okay, now here is the kind of sort of shortcut. Rather than rewriting both of these fractions over that common denominator, eventually we're going to be just writing it over a single common denominator. So let's go ahead and just do that now, and we'll save that step. So our common denominator was x plus 3 times x minus 2 times x plus 4. All right, now let's look at this very first fraction. What do we need to multiply this denominator by so that it becomes the common denominator? And in this case, that would be x plus 4. So we have to do the same exact thing to the top. So our numerator then would be 3 times x plus 4. Now let's look at the second fraction here. What would I have to multiply it by so that it would look like this common denominator? And in this case, that would be x minus 2. So we're going to do the exact same thing to the numerator. So we have minus 5 times x minus 2. We've sort of saved a little bit of steps by doing that. Not a lot, but one writing. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to distribute this out. So we'll have 3x plus 12. And then we're going to distribute our negative 5 also. So negative 5 plus 10 all over that common denominator. Oops, I need to put my x first. X plus 3 times x minus 2 times x plus 4. Okay, now we can start combining like terms and seeing what else we could do here. So for the numerator, we have 3x and minus 5x, which would be negative 2x. And we have a plus 12 plus 10, which would be plus 22, divided by our common denominator. We have quite a bit of writing on these problems. Now, normally we would say, okay, we need to see if there's anything that will cancel here. But in order to see what will cancel, everything has to be fully factored. So in this numerator here, I'm going to remove or reverse distribute a negative 2. So that means we'll have negative 2 times x minus 11 all over x plus 3 times x minus 2 times x plus 4. Now in this case, nothing will cancel, so this is actually our final answer. The problem here is, though, that you really do need to go ahead and factor, even if a lot of times nothing will cancel. But you won't know that unless you factor to begin with.